we have to have some kind of instructions for the patient. What position we are going to have for the patient? First, we are going to deal with the patient as we are going to introduce, and we are going to explain that we are going to do the abdominal assessment, and we are going to make the supine position to the patient, as you can see. Okay, so after the supine position we have given, we have to make the patient comfortable, and everything what we are going to do, like inspection, palpation, percussion and auscultation, we are always going to use our pre-warmed hands and the pre-warmed stethoscope. Why? Because when we are touching this on the patient's body, it can make some shivering and it can make the patient's muscles tense. So we never want to do that. So always pre-warm everything. Okay. Then I want to give you a very important thing, that in every assessment we were doing inspection, then we were doing about the palpation, then percussion and auscultation. But for the abdominal assessment, we always have to go for the different method, that is inspection. That's quite like a common. Then we have to go for the auscultation. Then we have to go for the percussion, and then we have to go for the palpation. So why I said so? Because we are having the bubble sounds in the area. So when we are going to percuss and palpate it before the auscultation, so it can lose the frequency of the bubble sounds. So we always have to do the auscultation first, then we have to palpate it, and then we have to percuss it, and then we have to palpate it. So this is the sequence of the abdominal assessment. Okay. So now I want to tell you a very important point about the abdominal assessment. So whenever we are going to assess the abdomen of the patient, so what we have, the normal anatomy, in that we have already divided the patient's abdomen in the 4 quadrant in general. Okay. So you can see like this, like a vertical line, and then in horizontal line we have divided the patient's abdomen. Now why we have divided? So that we can refer the particular parts in the body in that particular quadrant. Now as I have told you in the class also, like I told you, the liver is in the right upper quadrant and the little bit part is in the left side also, and the same we are having the spleen in the a left side. So with this you will be able to learn, or you should understand, that what part is present in which quadrant. Okay. So as you all know, right upper quadrant, left upper quadrant, then right lower quadrant and left lower quadrant. So like that you can refer the abdominal 4 quadrants. Okay. Then after that we are also having the 9 quadrants which we have divided the abdomen. Okay. So that I have already covered in the class. So here today we are going to inspect the abdomen, so that we can refer any kind of abnormal mass, any kind of herniation, or any kind of pain in any quadrant of the abdomen, so that we can rule out that why the patient is having some tenderness, why the patient is having pain, so that we can mention it in the notes and we can have the general overview of that. Okay. So now what we have to do, we have to always be little bit taller, so that we can inspect the abdomen from above. Now if I'm like this, or I'm very shorter, so what I will do, I will be just able to see at the angle of the abdomen, but we always have to see above the angle of the abdomen, so that we can generally have the look. What you have to do, you have to see the symmetry of the abdomen. So how you can see the symmetry? You have to just stand or sit, you can take a chair also, and just have a look on the abdomen, whether it is in the symmetry of the costovertebral angle and the symphysis pubis. These are the 2 angles we can take, and we have to see that whether the abdomen is round, it is flat. Okay. So if the abdomen is round and it is flat, so that means it's normal. Okay. But if the patient's abdomen is any kind of distension is there, or any kind of pendulous abdomen, like increased abdomen, obesity, or due to some a pregnancy, so these things we have to inspect on the patient. Okay. So what I told you, what sequence you have to take, you have to take the costovertebral angle and you have to take the symphysis pubis. You have to in between you have to see the relation of the abdomen with these 2 angles. Okay. So when you have seen the symmetry, so now you are going to see the color. So whether the color of the whole abdomen is same, whether it is very pale color here and it is very red color here, so that is something saying that your liver is having some deformity, which is having some jaundice, and here due to that abdominal redness, that is also telling you that there is some kind of inflammation, there is some infection happening, right? Okay. And there is the umbilical. So this area also you have to see for the contour, for the size, for the shape. Okay. Because if the normal size of the as you can see the consistency and the structure of the umbilical, it is inverted. Okay. So as I told you, the breast should be everted, which is outside. You can see that. Okay. It should be this nipple should be outward, that is everted, but the umbilical should be inverted. Okay. Why I'm telling you like this? Because if the nipple this umbilical is outside, that is due to some obesity or due to the pregnancy, or when your abdomen is having extremely you can say distended. So during that time, or some hernia of the umbilicus is there. So in that condition, the umbilical will be outside. So you have to see that, okay? And then you have to see for its enlargement, as it will be enlarged in the you can say umbilical hernia also. So that you have to look for, okay? And see the color also. If it is red, it is felt very warm. So that means there is some kind of infection, or there is some kind of hemorrhage happened inside. So that you have to see. And there is one more symptom which you have to remember, that is Cullen sign. Now you must be wondering what is Cullen sign. In the class I have already demonstrated to you. Cullen sign is due to the hemorrhage which is happening in the area of pancreas. So it will be having the bluish discoloration of all the abdominal region near the umbilicus. So that you have to remember, okay? So we have covered up to the abdominal relation, we have covered up to the you can say the relation of the umbilicus to the abdomen, okay? So in the next video we are going to discuss about the how to do the auscultation of the abdomen, and how to auscultate the you can say bubble sounds and the vascular sounds. So stay tuned. Thank you.